Welcome everyone back to another episode of Mike's House of Movies. This is Mike, your host, and jumping right into the thick of things, we're doing a review on Finding Dory. This is the latest installment in Finding Nemo. I'm assuming there's probably going to be a third one, maybe. This is directed by Andrew Stanton, who did the first film, and Ellen DeGeneres returns as Dory. This was a film by the trailers that I really had no inclination of seeing, because it just didn't feel right. Just from the trailer, it just didn't feel like it was going to be interesting enough. And I thought the voiceover work in the trailer was terrible. I thought if this is what the final product is going to be, I'm not too sure about this, but I decided to see it anyways. And overall, I was very impressed. It's a very gorgeous looking film. Pixar did an amazing job in the animation and rendering department. The CG in the movie is absolutely phenomenal to look at, especially the water and the sea life, and everything feels and looks real, but yet still a little bit cartoony. Just to let you know that you are watching an animated motion picture. Story-wise, it works on most levels. It's a very endearing story, and there's almost two types of stories going on. One is the friendship between Hank, played by Ed O'Neill. He's the septopus because he's lost one of his tentacles, and he was, of course, an octopus. And Dory, played by Ellen DeGeneres. Their friendship and bonding is almost like an odd couple joining, and it works very well. We also have the story of Nemo and his father. Sorry, I drew a mind blank there for a second. We have their story, and pretty much Nemo telling his father that you have to place trust in people, and even though Dory has short-term memory loss, she can get through this, and you have to put faith in her. And I like those two separate stories that form into one cohesive story about Dory finding her parents. And it could have fallen into the tropes of everything would be playing, I lost my memory, I don't have memory, I have short-term memory loss. But it's not. It's Dory regaining sections of her memory back, and that helps her pursue the dream of finding her parents and finally meeting up with them after so many years of not being with them. This takes place roughly 1 year after the first one, and I think Stanton did a good job with the format and the story. It's very heartwarming, it's funny in times, but that's where it can do a few hiccups. Some of the jokes I found ran on a little too long, especially one joke near the end, which felt like it was going on forever. And I was kind of wish that scene in particular was a little bit shortened. I don't want to give anything away, so I won't go into details of what that scene was. And but it didn't bring the movie down too much for me. I had a very high score going into that point, and then the ending hit. And it was a very somber ending. Well, part of the ending hit, and that part was a very somber part of the ending. And I was like, wow, they really went there. This is very, very real feeling, very heart feeling. And it's if it wrapped up like this, I think it would have been a very endearing ending and a different style ending for a Pixar Disney film. But nope, they decided that wasn't the ending they wanted to go with, and it pursues further on into the realm of absolutely ridiculousness. I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm making it a word because that's what I felt when I saw the ending to this film. It totally changed the tone of the picture, and it totally took me out of the feelings I was having for the story as a whole. Now, if you ever wanted to see an octopus driving a truck, this is a movie for you. That's all I'm going to say about that. But unfortunately, the real ending to this just kind of killed it for me, and it cheapened the whole overarch of the story, and for that I have to knock it points. So without further ado, I'm going to give Finding Dory a 3.5 out of 5. It's not a bad score. It's not a bad movie at all. It's a very heartfelt movie, and like I said, funny at times, and most of the times the funny works. But there are moments where a joke or two just runs a course a little too long, and those scenes should have been a little shortened. The ending, they could have cut down a lot of the ending. I think I would have preferred that. It's using plot devices to move a story along that totally shifts the tone of the story that they're trying to tell. If you like this, definitely punch that like button. Follow us and subscribe to us on Twitter, Facebook, Mike's HostOfMovies.com, YouTube, which you're listening to this now on, and SoundCloud and iTunes. Hope you have a great day, and we'll be back with more reviews. Oh, thank you, Sigourney Weaver.